Hi everyone, I'm Jim and welcome to the review of The Burning Red, the third studio record by the band Machine Head. Tonight we might be celebrating the 25th anniversary of the record, because it says on the Wikipedia page that it's the August 9th, but everywhere I go there's a different day attached to this record, so I have no idea who to trust. Basically, I've decided to go back and see if the record still holds up or not. My story with this band is quite simple. My siblings would play me their music when I was like 3-4 years old. Back then this was the newest album actually, because Supercharger came out like at the end of 2001. If I have to be honest, I loved every single record by Machine Head back then. This one especially, because I would see the music video to From This Day like every single day on TV, like it would play all the time. And I know that nowadays people think that the music video is corny and it's cringy, but to me it looked just so cool. Like everyone looked so fantastic there, and they had fun, you know, dancing and stuff, and I was like, yeah, no matter, dun dun dun. So yeah, that was basically me as a 4-year-old child. Going back to The Burning Red, this is the first record by Machine Head and the only one produced by Russ Robinson, the nu metal legend who produced the first two Korn records, the first two Slipknot records, the first two Glassjaw records, the first one by Limp Bizkit, Concrete album by Fear Factory. He did lots of things. I love his approach to the production, which I'm going to talk about more later. So now let's just focus on the lineup. We've got Rob Flynn on the vocals and rhythm guitar. He also almost writes all of the music by himself. Sometimes the other members help him, as you can see here. Arul Laster, or how you pronounce that, this is the new addition to the band because the previous founding member, Logan Mather, left in 1998 because of some drug problems. From what Rob Flynn has said publicly, Logan just came up and then he left, and he was like, he didn't speak with the band. So yeah, that's the story behind that. Arul Laster was known by Rob Flynn from the past, so they were like buddies, so it was natural for them to play here together. As usual, we have Adam Duss on the bass and backing vocals and Dave McClain on the drums, who came into the band in 1995 after Chris Cantus left. The production handled by Russ Robinson is tight, it's clean but heavy, no loudness or no clipping, just the way I like it. I love the sound of the snare on this record, you know, the drums sound fantastic, so heavy, so punchy, there's so much power behind them. And then also the bass is audible, the guitars are mixed fantastically, same with the vocals, like the vocal performance and how the vocals are mixed is just straight up amazing. I love this production, it's raw but also has clarity to it, and Russ Robinson uses some very weird techniques to make musicians play at their best. Like he basically torments them and makes them think about their emotions to bring up the best in their performances. That's very cool. So yeah, I respect Russ Robinson and his vision. When it comes to the message on this record, it's diverse. It's slightly different from the previous records, which were more about society, politics, conflicts. This one is more about personal struggles, abuse, turmoils within the band, fake friendships, etc. But also some positive stuff, like the band has a few songs here where they basically brag about themselves that we are Machine Head and we are here to have fun and party and yeah, metal. So that's a funny thing, that we've got some very serious lyrics on this record mixed with some, well, kinda corny lyrics, but I don't mind them. I always focus on the music and the vocals first. So yeah, structure is basic. Standard intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro. Most of the songs do not have guitar solos at all, which might be a bad thing for some of you, because on the previous two records Almost every song had a guitar solo, or maybe even two. Here, that barely happens. When it comes to the music, The Burning Red is a slight departure from the previous two albums, which were groove, thrash, metal oriented with bits and pieces of nu metal thrown in and some slight rap vocals here and there. This one goes full on nu metal, but it also retains the original sound of the band. Like, no one will tell me that this doesn't sound like Machine Head. It sounds exactly like them. It's very similar to the previous records. The only difference is this one is more bouncy, it has more jump the fuck up energy, and the guitar solos are mostly missing, but everything else is almost the same. The eerie melodies are still here, the crunchy groovy riffs also present. Let's focus on individual songs now. Let's start with the intro, Enter the Phoenix. This one has some guitar melodies and such. I must say that I don't enjoy this intro that much. I mostly skip it nowadays because I value my time. I have no idea why the band decided to basically start with this song. Should have just started the record with Desire to Fire, or maybe even combine this intro with Desire to Fire, because I don't know why this is here. 6 out of 10, it's okay, it's okay, it's fine. But then we move on to Desire to Fire, and this is one of the best Machine Head songs ever. The intro alone is massive. It's like a nuke is going to go off somewhere. It's like I just love the intro. So now let's talk about the musicianship on this record. Let's start with the drumming by Dave. Dave is perfect on this record. His drumming is top-notch. I love the grooves, the style, the precision of his playing, the power, just everything here is perfect when it comes to the drums, especially in this song, which is like the highlight of the record for me. Next we've got the bass lines. Well, the bass is audible, you can clearly hear it, and because this is a nu metal record, you're going to hear the bass way more than on the previous albums, and for me that's a good thing because I love bass. So yeah, bass lines, great, they complement the songs. We have some moments where the bassist follows the guitars and sometimes he deviates from that stuff, or we have moments where only the bassist is playing or just the bassist and the drummer. Next we've got the guitar riffs by Rob and Aru, and I must say that they're doing a great job with the guitar riffs. I love the eerie guitar melodies, you know, clearly Korn influenced, but they also have their own Machine Head flavor to them. We have the crunchy grooves, the harmonics are still here, you know, like the guitar riffs are so much fun. Sure, some of them are basic, but they make you move, they make you want to listen to the record, and they just bring you energy, so I love the guitar riffs on this record. And finally, we've got the vocals by Rob Flynn. I must say that this is one of his best performance ever vocally. He has so much passion and emotions in his voice on this album. I wonder if it's because of Russ Robinson's production and how he basically annoys every member until they give him their best performances, because you can clearly hear every emotion on this record. Like, there's anger, hatred, there's sadness. Rob Flynn even breaks down and cries in one of the songs because it's very personal to him. So vocally, this is one of the best Machine Head albums. Like, Supercharger and The Burning Red have the best vocals by Rob Flynn, and you cannot tell me otherwise. If you don't agree, your ears are fucked up, man. So yeah, the vocals perfect, the singing top notch, same with the screaming, and especially on this record, Rob uses this weird sound, like something like that. I can't even replicate it, but it's perfect. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just listen to Exile the Vial, because that song has the most amount of those noises. I just love them because they're so primal and angry, and you can feel the tension and hatred. It's so good. So yeah, vocally, perfect, just perfect. Going back to Desire to Fire, emotions are to the wire. This song has the best intro from all of the tracks here, probably in the Machine Head's discography. Then we get the verse, which is basically rap metal influence. We get chaos, Raphael is just rapping, and it sounds really great. He has some cool bars. He's better than most rappers nowadays, so it's funny to me. I just love the verses, they make you move, and then we have the chorus, walk with me, do do do. I just love that one because of the clean singing, and the clean singing sounds very good. The main guitar riffs comes back in the chorus, and what else can I say about this song? The second verse is slightly different than the previous one, it starts differently, but it still retains some of the same guitar riffs, and finally after the second chorus we get the bridge, or a breakdown, you can call it however you want, and this one is perfect. The vocals, the screaming, the passion behind the vocals in the bridge alone makes this a classic song for me, because Raphael is just pissed off, and we get some dissonant chords in the bridge section. It reminds me of the first Korn record for sure. It's heavy, it's straight to the point. This is a perfect song, you should go listen to it right now. No flaws here. 12 out of 10. Nothing left. This one is slightly weaker. It's not a perfect song to me. Kinda generic, to be honest. Like, I especially don't enjoy the chorus. The chorus is like, yeah, it's bouncy, but could have been heavier. Everything else is on point though. The verse, the intro, and especially the bridge. And a fun fact about the bridge, we have Joey Jordison, rest in peace, from Slipknot, the drummer, doing backing vocals in the bridge of this song, so go check it out. He comes in around the third minute, like 3 minutes 9 seconds, something like that. And yeah, great vocals, fun thing. 9 out of 10. The blood, the sweat, the tears. One of the singles from this record with a music video. I am going to surprise you, but to me personally, this is the weakest song on the record. While it has the jump the fuck up energy, do-do-dum, I love the bass lines here. The drumming, it's okay, weaker than on the other songs. I don't know, I just don't feel this song as much as every other track on the record. I guess I am slightly bitter because they've decided to make this song the single. Why? It's the weakest song on the record. Why not make a music video for Desire to Fire or Exile the Vial? You have those songs on the record, and you do a music video and release a single of The Blood, the Sweat, the Tears. Why? I feel like this record would have even more of a lasting impact if Desire to Fire and Exile the Vial were singles with music videos. Imagine listening to that on the TV or the radio. But The Blood, the Sweat and the Tears it's a great song, you know, I don't hate it. It just, compared to everything else on this record, it kinda stands out to me. It's like, oh yeah, it's that song with that disco beat, yeah, but it's still fine. Yeah, I do enjoy the bridge and the verses. The chorus is okay. 8 out of 10. Silver. Now this is a very underrated song. I even did a Doom MIDI cover on this channel of this track, so go check it out. I love the main melody, you know, the intro one. It truly reminds me of the first Doom video game from 1993. It has that eerie atmosphere to it. The vocals go hard. I love the clean singing, the chorus, hey, and take my hand, sounds genius. And what I love about this song the most is how when the chorus comes back the third time around, you know, the final one, it's completely different from the previous ones. It's like heavier, the vocals are performed differently, and you feel like it has that renewed passion for singing. I don't know how to describe it, you have to listen to that one to understand what I'm saying, but yeah, it's a perfect song from start to finish. 11 out of 10. From this day, get up! Everybody jump! Yeah, 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 stay true. Time to see, believe this in me, this pain that I feel deep inside. Such a perfect song. It's a meme nowadays because of the music video, but when I first heard it back in 2000 or 2001, I don't remember exactly when, I was like captivated by this song and I would listen to it every single day because it was so much fun. And even after all those years, I still feel the energy in it. I guess it's half nostalgia and half a banger, because it's a banger. Like, I show this song to my friends who are not metalheads and they're like, this is actually quite nice. And I'm, you see, this is great. This song can be a bridge for non-metalheads to listen to metal music, so send this to your friends. What annoyed me back when I was a child was the fact that the bridge is totally different on the single version, the music video. It's basically cut, you know, that cool breakdown with doom 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 doom. Really cool breakdown, but it's missing from the music video. But that cool part with woo, you know, that cool noise rap is doing is still present. So yeah, I must say that this is a perfect song, no flaws here. The jumpsuit rap is wearing in the music video is iconic to me. the hair is so funny too. Like, the music video screams that it's from 1999, and the song also sounds like the end of the 90s, but in a good way, you know. It makes you wish that those times never left. 11 out of 10. Exile the Vial. This is the second best song on this record. It's almost as good as Desire to Fire. From what I remember, the Chimera band members, Mark Hunter and some other dude, loved this song, and this was their influence on the first Chimera record, which I actually hear. I hear that, you know, I hear that. So Exile the Vial has a very long build-up at the beginning, the intro, cool drumming, and then the main guitar riffs comes up, you know, that wow is that harmonic sound, you know. And then the cool verses with evil nu metal riffs, eerie stuff. Vocals by Rob top-notch. He just goes so hard on this song. And then after the pre-chorus, which is fantastic, we get the chorus, the clean section. For you, for days that takes by. I don't remember the lyrics exactly, but it was beautiful. And at the end of the chorus, it just goes, burn inside of me. And then he makes that cool noise. And that noise is just, this is what I love the most about Machine Head, that noise. Because it's so primal and so heavy, and then the music just drops after that noise, doom doom doom. It comes back to the main melody, and I'm like, wow, it just goes so hard. It's like instant boost of energy, and you can just get through any tough situation. This is the heaviest song on this record because of that, and I just love that burn inside of me. And the second time it comes back, it's just even heavier, dude. And then breakdown happens, or bridge, wow. Great song. Like, it's hard to even choose the best part because every single second of this song is the best part. Very underrated track. I have no clue why this one isn't played live. Same with Desire to Fire. Like, those two songs should come back to the set list immediately, because they're just, I just can imagine people just losing their shit to those two songs. 12 out of 10. Message in a Battle is the Police cover, and actually Rob Flynn didn't want this on the record, because Russ Robinson has a tradition of making the bands record some covers, you know, just to see the vibes between them, stuff like that. And he made Limp Bizkit do the Faith cover, he made Korn do the Wicked cover. Like, he's always making bands play covers for some reason. I don't know why. Probably to basically profile them psychologically, to torment them later on. That's what I believe in when it comes to Russ Robinson. So he made this band record 3 covers, and one of them ended up on the record, you know, the standard edition. And Rob did not enjoy this one. Like, he did not enjoy doing this cover. He didn't want it on the record. I can understand that, like, you want to have your original music on the record and the covers to be basically B-sides. But in this case, I have no clue who was responsible for the tracklist then, because apparently the band does not have the power to choose the songs. If Rob Flynn, the mastermind behind the band and the founding member, doesn't want the song on the record, but it still ends up on the record. So is this the label thing? It's like the label said that Mystery Battle has to be on the album. Probably so. What gives Roadrunner? Like, this record has some really cool B-sides, you know, like other covers were, at least in my opinion, better than this cover, and there's also one original song that did not end up on the record and it's also better than this cover. So yeah, what gives? Anyways, going back to the cover, it's slightly better than the original song, but it's also very similar to it. They played it safe here. The music is great, the vocals perfect as usual. I do love this cover, but in my opinion this is the weakest cover out of the 3 that were recorded for this record. It's still perfect, I do enjoy it. 10 out of 10. Devil with the King's Card. This is a diss track against Logan Mather, who left the band abruptly, and because of that Rob was angry at him. I actually love the hatred in Rob's voice in this song. Like, you can hear that he is clearly pissed off for real, and especially the breakdown, the bridge part in this song just goes hard. Like, this song is kinda generic nu metal, to be quite honest, musically. Like, it has the basic structure, lots of repetitions, but what makes this song stand out and actually memorable is the vocal performance, at least to me. 10 out of 10. I Defy, and this is the only song that has some riffs written by Logan Mather before he left the band. Actually, the intro to Desire to Fire is from 1994 or 5. That's when the band would play half of Desire to Fire to make the crowd jump, and then they would just play stuff from Burn My Eyes and the More Things Change. So yeah, Desire to Fire is like half written in 1994 or 5, and then we've got I Defy, which is half written, I guess, in 1998 or 7, something like that. So yeah, this song, love the guitar riffs. This one clearly has more of the old school Machine Head vibes, you know, from the second and first record. I love the chorus, I defy. You know, it's simple but effective. The bridge goes hard, same with the outro. A classic song for sure. 11 out of 10. 5. This is one of the most heartbreaking songs written by Machine Head. It's basically their Korn's daddy. This song is about the vocalist who was sexually abused by his uncle when he was 5 years old. So yeah, this is very sad, and you can feel the anguish, the sadness, and the mental instability in Rob's voice, because yeah, this is sad. This is a heavy song, like the intro with the bass lines and the guitars just doing those weird noises. You know that shit's about to go down, and it does. The verses, very angry. You've got those nu metalish vocals, you know, those, you know, that whispering, like riding yourself up, you know, getting more and more angrier, and you can feel that. And then the pre-chorus happens. I was just a 5-year-old boy, make me suffer, motherfucker. You can feel that it's going to explode, and then the real chorus happens with the singing. I feel it, can't take it, that stuff. And I must say that this song goes hard. Like, when I was 4 or 5, I did not understand English, so it's like, this is a great song, and it's so powerful, you know, and the vocals are just so great. And when you become older and you understand the lyrics behind it, it even hits you harder than before. So this is a perfect song, I would say, for people who struggle with stuff like that. I was also raped, but not as a child, so I relate to this one. And yeah, so great song. It's understandable why the band never plays it live. Rob Flynn actually stated that he never wants to perform it again, and you can hear him breaking down at the end and crying, and yeah, it's heartbreaking, but this is what art is about. It's about real emotions, and you can feel that here. Perfect song, like, you should check it out. It's an experience. 11 out of 10, and 5 basically morphs into the Burning Red. You know, there's basically a cool transition from 5 to the Burning Red, like it's a one entity. The Burning Red is a ballad. It's a very sad song, to be quite honest. It has a very depressive mood. It's basically about thinking about the abuse and stuff like that. So I understand why it's the final song on the record, because 5 has to be before it for it to even kick you harder. So 5 and then the Burning Red, a perfect pairing. And this one, while the music isn't that great, to be honest, like, I feel like musically this is even weaker than The Blood, the Sweat and the Tears, I do love the vocal performance and the chorus especially. Not a big fan of the verses, to be quite honest, especially the drums in the verses at the beginning. What is this weird electronic drum kit, 9-inch nails stuff? Like, where is the real drum kit? So I was actually very weirded out by this song when I first heard the record all those years ago. Nowadays I appreciate it more. Like, it's a good song, it stands out from Machine Head's discography, but at least to me it's still the second weakest track on the record. Like, I enjoy all of the heavier bangers way more, but I do appreciate this one for what it is. 8 out of 10. And now let's talk about the 2 bonus tracks from the Japanese edition. The first one is Bad Brains cover, House of Suffering. This one goes hard, like, it's played basically almost the same as the original, so like in the case of Message on a Battle, but slightly faster. So this one has a faster tone to it. It's heavier than the original song. The vocals, at least to me, are better. I just feel like this cover is way better than the original song, so I just love it from beginning to the end. It's hard, it's fast, it's straight to the point. Great track. 10 out of 10. Alcoholocaust. Now this track was on the Heavy Metal Fuck 2 soundtrack from 2000, and I must say that this song should have been on the record. Like, you can replace The Blood, the Sweat, the Tears with it, or I don't know, remove Enter the Phoenix and make some space for Alcoholocaust, because this song goes hard. While it's very simple when it comes to the structure, even simpler than other songs on this record, I love the anger in the vocals, the beautiful chorus, the singing is marvelous there, and the bridge also slaps. This is a very underrated song. If you've never heard about it, go give it a shot. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. 10 out of 10. And now let's talk about 2 songs. One of them from the Burning Red sessions, which for some reason was omitted from the record, Hole in the Sky. It's a Black Sabbath cover. This one sounds completely different than the original song. Like, it has a different tempo, like it's twice as fast as the original one. The mood is also completely different. Like, the original song is like gradually becoming more and more heavier. It's like ripping a hole in the sky, and this one is like bursts of emotions. It's like heavy, very, very mild and, you know, smooth, and like making you calmer, and then heavy, and it's all over the place. But I'm going to surprise you here. I actually really love this cover. Like, it's the best cover here. I wish this one was on the record and not the Police one, because the intro alone with that cool bass line, which is so distorted, dun, 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 dun. I just love that. The vocals go hard, even the mild moments, you know, hole in the sky is taken to heaven. In my I just love how beautiful Rap sings that part. I must say that I just enjoy every single second of this cover. I always respect covers which go into a different direction than the original song, because the original song usually cannot be tapped, you know. Usually it's already perfect, so when you do a cover, you can try to replicate it and basically fail. Not many people do covers better, sounding exactly the same as the original one. But when you completely transform the song into something new, that's actually more interesting to me. And some of that will fail and they are going to sound bad, but some of them will turn into beautiful songs, like this one. 10 out of 10. And the final track, which is not from the Burning Red recording sessions, this one was actually recorded as a demo a year later in 2000, and it's featured on the Year of the Dragon EP released only in Japan, and New Resistance. That's the name of the song. I am actually quite surprised that not many people know that this song exists. It even has two different versions. The first version has some whispers at the beginning, the other one has not, it's not something different, that's the only change. And there's also a live version from the year 2000, and that's it. And no one talks about this song. I wonder if even Rob Flynn remembers that he wrote this song, because I must say that this is one of my all-time favorite Machine Head tracks, because it sounds bonkers, like it's all over the place. It starts with those whispers, Machine Head coming to get ya, and then the main riff drops, dun 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 dun, and then New Resistance, you know, new because it sounds like new metal, you know, new, and no resistance, rah, and then the verses happen, and the verses is basically rapping over a really cool nu metal guitar melodies, and one guitar is playing a cool wow 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 melody, and the other guitar is like doing those really weird chord melodies, and I just love that. I love that because when you listen to this song and repeat it all the time, you are still finding some new stuff in it, because so much stuff is going on here. And then after the cool rap metal verses, the chorus comes up. We stay true, that's how we do, from us to you, the big fuck you. I can say why you hate me, cause we are the real Zodiac. Fuck you. It's just, this is basically a diss track against people who did not enjoy the Burning Red. Even in the second verse, he says, you didn't enjoy the Burning Red, fuck you, or something like that. It's just so angry at the haters. It's great, I just love it. I love everything about this song, especially the guitar riffs, the grooviness of it, how bouncy everything is. Just so much fun. I guess the weakest part of the song is the bridge, which kinda takes a step back from the energy and you just calm yourself down, but after that it's straight back to the cool chorus. Yeah. I have no clue why it wasn't re-recorded for Supercharger. It should have been because it's so much fun, even if you think that it's stupid or meaningless, because the lyrics are like, yeah, we are Machine Head, fuck you, the Burning Red is great. So yeah, it's not like emotional, like, I don't know, I Defy or 5, you know, those very serious topics. This is like a fun party song, you know, the New Resistance one, and I just love it. Like, I wish this was on the Supercharger. Who knows, maybe someday they will re-record it, probably not. Yeah, New Resistance, a banger for sure. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. This one is 12 out of 10, by the way. To sum it all up, the consistency is stable, the flow is fitting, replayability, yeah, this record is a masterpiece. I love it from beginning to the end. The only thing that I would change would be to replace the blood with Alcohol Holocaust, remove the Enter the Phoenix intro or merge it with Desire to Fire and trim it down, like make the intro like 20 seconds and then already move on to Desire to Fire. And I don't know, maybe replace Message in a Battle with Hole in the Sky. I wanted to say Hole in the Sky. take me to heaven. So yeah, Hole in the Sky, because I don't know, I just enjoy this cover way more because it sounds completely different from the original song, and I respect that. Besides that, this is a perfect record from beginning to the end. The highlights here are easily Desire to Fire, Exile the Vial, 5, I Defy, From This Day, Silver, Devil with the King's Card, and also New Resistance, which was recorded later, but it's an underrated song and should be celebrated, that's for sure. So yeah, celebrate the North Sea by spinning this record today. It deserves your love and attention. Put on that jumpsuit and just jump the fuck up. That's all from me. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Check out other reviews and do MIDI covers I make. Whatever you want. Bye.